guys, happy Sunday and welcome to our August read-in. We haven't been totally super sure what subjects to jump into as we've been discussing kind of what the channel will look like and whatnot, but a read-in always feels like a really safe bet because sometimes we could all use someone else to just be like, yes, sit down, read, enjoy, just relax with your friends. So that is what we're going to do tonight. We were just discussing whether or not sprints with the read-in made sense, and we are going to stick with them for now. It's not like there are any prompts. We're all just kind of reading things. But if anyone has any suggestions for how to best make the read-ins work for you, let us know, and we may adapt in the future. Just kind of going to wing it and see how it goes. So what's everyone reading tonight?
So I was telling Kyra that thought I was so prepared for reading, but all of my library holds were lapsed on my Kindle. But I did manage to sneak in The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. So this is the book that I keep reading, and then I stop reading it, and then I have to return it back to the library. And I think I'm going to make it through the rest of the 50% this time before I have to return it back.
Big things.
I have two books that I haven't decided between. One, I have an e-arc of The Makeup Test by Jenny L. Howe, which I really do need to finish because it says I have 7 days left until it expires, and I'm 80% of the way through it, so I should probably finish that one. But I also have Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin, which I've been reading for like over a year, so I also need to finish that one.
Less of a time crunch on that one, though. So
yeah, exactly.
I have an e-arc of Joan Hayes, Strike the Zither. Wow, can't speak tonight. That I'm very excited for. I love Joan's writing. It's probably going to wreck me, but in like a fun way. So that's kind of how Joan's books work.
Excellent, excellent. I think I'm gonna pick a new book off of my Scribd like saved list tonight and start that because I don't really have an audiobook on the go right now. Joe Catherine is still reading the second Murderbot book, only I don't remember any of the first ones, so I might have to reread that. I was in a similar position with that series. The last of, each of the like little novellas does build on each other, but I forgot to, and I still enjoyed it. It wasn't, I'm sure it would have helped, but you're kind of good either way, I think. So if you want to jump into our first reading sprint at the 15, we'll go for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Has anyone been watching anything they've enjoyed recently or finished reading anything worth recommending?
I'm just rewatching Stranger Things right now. So
I've been so busy. I haven't been reading or watching anything.
Stranger Things is definitely high up on my list. I feel like I just watched a movie the other day, and I don't remember what it was.
We watched The Gray Man. It was fun.
That was what we were supposed to watch. We were supposed to watch The Gray Man. I looked up the plot, and I'm like, not really into that kind of
action
movie today. Was it good?
The action was good. The dialogue, especially in the first half, was so weird. Like, it was like a lot of like dramatic one-liner phrases and like really short, like it just felt like video game characters each saying their one dramatic line to each other and not like playing off each other. And like it was written and directed by the guys who did Endgame, Infinity War, and like all the good Marvel movies. And it did something else that I liked. I can't remember what it was. So yeah, it was all by people who I knew could make good movies. The acting was good. It feels like Netflix is really like, they really are banking on the Canadian Ryans, that all their best like action movies are, we're just going to use these two people. But they all did great. It just, the dialogue felt so melodramatic and choppy. So, but we eventually were able to like just get into the action side of it, but not amazing.
Gotcha. But that was the movie we were supposed to watch. And then we remembered that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was on Disney Plus. So we're like, oh, we got to watch that. And we're like, wait a minute. We still haven't watched the Spider-Man Far From Home yet. So we watched that, and then we watched Doctor Strange. So we had a double feature that night. Nice. But definitely looking forward to seeing what else is going on, because I know that with Avengers and the Marvel, it is like whatever phase that we're in, I'm not super knowledgeable about it. phase 4, that like a lot of new characters are going to be starting to come into play and like have their own movie. So that's pretty cool.
I on the book side of things, at work the other day, I was just like walking through our like fiction collection, and this new book caught my eye that I probably am the one who bought it, but I don't remember it. But it's called A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. And I've only read like 2 chapters of it so far, but I'm like really excited for it. I don't know. It has kind of like the like kind of folklore, historical fantasy kind of vibe I really like. So I'm very excited to read it. The cover just looked cool, so I grabbed it.
I'm jealous of everyone who's like having stormy weather. I'm 100% over summer, and we have not been getting like even good summer storms here, except for Friday, the night I was at an outdoor concert. It stormed then, but otherwise, I want storms now when I'm inside reading, and not Friday.
We've had like no hurricane season this year down here, which is really weird and feels like not good.
We've had tons of like pop-up storms over the past like 2 weeks, like really crazy. It comes in 5 minutes later, it's gone, but those 5 minutes are completely insane. But we were actually just talking about the other day how there's been nothing like hurricane-wise coming
Apparently
up.
It's like this like Saharan air layer that's like messed with the weather systems over the Atlantic this year. But it feels like it's like not good for the like climate. Maybe I don't know. I'm like, yeah, hurricanes are dangerous, and it's in some ways it's good not to have them. But it
Joe
feels like
Cafe
maybe
says, shh, don't summon the hurricanes.
it just seems like there might be some like long term.
It's like the butterfly effect,
of not
right?
having hurricanes.
Right.
You're allowed to like luck into a good year here and there, like the law of averages. It's just kind of sometimes there's okay years.
Yeah, but like we've had like 3 hurricanes and that's it. That feels bad.
Emmy is listening to Wilder Girls and making pizza. Mr. Rorsuri is reading The Life and Medieval Times of Kit Sweetly by Jamie Captain. Hashtag smash the patriarchy. So now I'm definitely interested. And it is the 15th. So we're going to go. We're going to read for 10 minutes and then we'll check back in. And time. Where did that go?
I feel like I definitely got back into the book where I remember where I left off and what happened before it. So now I can like actively read without trying to remember a bunch of details.
Bravo. A big hello to Misty Kate. Feel like we haven't seen you in a bit. Been a couple people since we moved the time. We're like, are they here? Do they know we're here? I found the Circle of Magic series by Tamora Pierce on Scribd. And apparently they have like a full cast. I'm very excited. So
What? Oh, I have to listen to
love
those. Yeah. That was my like introduction to Tamara Pierce. I read those first.
I think they're the only ones I've read.
Mm.
I mean, I tried the spin-off series. I'm not sure if I finished it.
Yeah, I don't think I finished it because there's like the first 4 Circle of Magic, and then there's like the Circle Opens. I read those 4, but then there was the book that she released like 10 years later or something, and I don't think I ever read that one. But I've read most of the Tortall books, but not all of them.
Yeah, I know I read some of the.
She's an author I've always meant to read more of.
Yeah.
Like, I loved those books. I've never heard anything but wonderful recommendations, and so many people just adoring everything she's written. So, in terms of watching stuff, I haven't yet, but has anyone or will anyone be checking out The Sandman?
Yeah, probably.
I've heard good things. I've never read the original.
I've never been able to finish a Neil Gaiman book, but I've liked all the adaptations of his books.
Yeah. I feel like I read Stardust after watching and loving the movie because it was like a fairly short book for him.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the Graveyard Book. I think that's the only Neil Gaiman I've read. And that one's also shorter.
I know I read one book from him. I can't remember what it was called, but I know it was about a girl and something weird happening at the end of her road. But that's all I can think of what it was. I have to look it up now.
I could half see the title or the cover
Yeah,
of that
right.
book, but I'm not sure I could tell you off the top of my head. But it's getting very good reviews, and I'm sure it's like the genre we would enjoy. So, oh, I also really want to watch Paper Girls. I've heard good things about that. too.
Yes, that looks really good.
Jump back in at the 30 to 20 minutes. I may get up and I'm house sitting for my neighbor, and she has a giant whiteboard kind of beside this, so I may make a big to-do list for my week while I listen to the audiobook during this next one. So if someone else could set a timer, that would probably be helpful.
I could do that. We're going to do 15 or 20? 15?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. 15 sounds good.
And Rachel.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here and I'm ready to read.
What are you reading?
I am currently I have 50 pages left of Electric Idol by Katie Roberts. So I'm gonna hopefully finish that tonight.
Rachel, is that a Ketterdam shirt?
It sure is, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I got it from College Book Core on Etsy. I love them. She has such a cool shop.
All right, we're jumping into our next sprint in a minute, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Before you have to cut me off since I'm about to talk about Six of Crows. Fair warning. I have a sweatshirt that has like a crow and no mourners, no funerals on it. And every time I wear it, people are like, "Oh, Edgar Allan Poe."
You're like close. You're close.
Yes.
Like I've worn this before, just like out doing, going to the grocery store or whatever. No one's ever commented on it, but the one time that I went axe throwing, the like our instructor knew what it was. So I was like, yeah, I am definitely cool.
And
All right. On that note,
and time. Managed to finish both of these sprints right at the end of a chapter.
Wow. Powerful.
I love finding audiobooks that are like fully produced.
Yeah.
So this one has a full cast and like one of the characters thinking about something her mentor had said to her once upon a time, and like the mentor's voice is kind of echoey, a memory.
Mm, that's cool.
And then I got distracted going through my Goodreads TBR and like comparing against Scribd, which I've done every like few months. But like, is there anything new that I already know I want to read that I should look for? Because what I need is more books to choose from, apparently.
Yeah.
That's a
Need
problem. with
options.
that. Not enough
Yeah.
books.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of 3 right now, so I feel like this is good. So I can just get this one done and then focus a little bit more. Yeah, I'm almost done. I have like 20 more pages of Electric Idol, and then I'm also in the middle of The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, which everyone on the internet has been bullying me to read, so I'm finally reading it. And it's very
been on
good.
my TBR for forever. I need to read it.
Yeah, it's good. Like I like it so far. Really cool world building. I like how a lot of people are like writing sentient forests or like magical forests, and Tasha Suri is like, I see your sentient forest, and I raise you a sentient mountain. And then I'm also in the middle of Her Majesty's Royal Coven, which is it's cool. It's very like it's modern witches kind of thing. I just don't think I'm in the mood for a witchy book right now. That's why I'm trying to read so many at once.
I had a bunch on the go, but then I finished Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail and the first Heartstopper book in the same night because it was a very good night.
I'm so excited for Astrid Parker.
It was a lot of fun.
Only it's so close.
I feel so spoiled for getting 2 books in that series in 1 year. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
right?
how it could be. This is amazing.
When does Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail? When does that come out?
November.
Okay. Ah, God.
So
close,
like
yet
February,
so far.
November, something like that. Yeah.
I have all of the. I've been kind of in a reading slump, and I've like partially just because I've had a lot going on and haven't had like the bandwidth to read. And I have like this backlog of like fantasy books that are like longer and need more attention. And I might, if we do another sprint, switch over to reading comics for a little while because my brain is so fried.
Well, I was just thinking, just because like summer vacation or whatever, August is always hard to know how many of us are going to be here and whatnot. Of like, what if we just like alternate, write in, read in, write in for the rest of the month, and then get organized in September.
Great.
I like it.
It's a good idea. It's also too warm to fully focus on anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're having
Oh.
another heat wave in Vancouver. So
Yeah.
it's been a very sweaty 2 weeks.
Delightful.
Uh-huh.
So we'll go at the 50. Let's do another 15 minutes because we didn't do a 20 this time. So. Read for 15, then check in one last time, and wrap up for the evening.
Sounds good.
Hope everyone else is having good reading sessions so far, reading good things. Let us know in the comments how it's going. What did I just say we were going to do? 50 to 05. Okay, I'm just making the banner.
The longest minute ever.
Yeah, this is why we can't do longer topics. We're not there brain wise. All right, it is the 50. We are reading for 15 minutes, and then we will check back in. Have fun. Yeah, time. Did you finish a chapter, Emma?
I did, but now I'm like partway through another one. I think I'm like right at the end of the book.
How'd everyone else do?
Good. I finished it.
Yay!
Yay! I would say, like, I'm fairly new to reading romance novels. Neon Gods was like, okay. And then I also ended up reading Wicked Beauty, which is the third of this series before the second one. And you don't have to read them in order. And I liked Wicked Beauty a lot more. I think this one was just kind of okay.
Oh, fair enough. It's fun that you're getting into romance stuff now, though.
Yeah, I'm expanding. And I'm having a great time. So
I feel like a lot of the word nerds didn't really do much romance or any romance when we started, and we've all kind of migrated.
If we can win Aaron
Oh,
over,
for
then
sure.
we are complete.
I'm working on Aaron in writing group. I keep writing. Megan's writing one in writing group, so we're pulling her over.
I feel like even just joining TikTok, like Book Talk loves romance books. And so after seeing so many of my friends and mutuals recommending stuff, I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out on this. Like, I should go check this out. And then I did. I'm like, oh, this is adorable.
So we were saying this a bit last week we were playing It's a 10, because like book talk romance scares me sometimes. Like I'm sure there's a cuter
There's
side
a
of it.
very
but, like,
large scale. I get it.
like the stuff there, like he's a 10, but for the love interest, it's just not romantic in my books. I know.
So there's romance has a lot of different like subgenres, and certain people on Book Talk like certain subgenres. I feel.
Those books are clearly very popular, just not necessarily the direction I'm gonna go. Joe Catherine went back and started speed reading the first Murderbot just to refresh on what had happened in that one. If any of you, I don't think any of you have read that series, but it's a lot of fun. It's basically an anxiety android.
Yeah, you say the words anxiety android, and my first thought is that sounds fun. That just
it's
fun.
still no, but like because like the character
Yeah.
calls itself Murderbot because that's how it feels like other people see it, and it's just like trying to figure out how to people, and just
Okay, that
very
does sound
unsure of
fun.
things along the way. It does not do a ton of murdering.
Okay. Just a
Murderbot.
tasteful amount.
Murderbot is kind of the starting point for the character growth, and it's like 4 novellas, and then I haven't read the first. I think there's 2 full books now. But they've won a bunch of Hugos and stuff. They're a lot of fun. So I think we're gonna wrap up here for the evening. We'll be back next week with a write-in. I'm enjoying this, just knowing every other week. Don't even have to think about it anymore. And if we're smart, we'll start planning for September, but we will not. Joe Catherine says sarcastic / autistic cyborg that loves soap operas. Like all their downtime, they're just like watching
Oh my god.
TV shows basically, and just like loving the drama and like rewatching their favorite comfort shows as they're like traveling between different planets and stuff. It's really nice.
That is not at all what I thought that series was, and I absolutely want to read it.
And the first 4 are like really, really quick reads, so it's easy to like try it out and kind of get a sense if you think you'll like it. So yes, thank you all so much for joining us and reading with us tonight. This was a lot of fun as always, and we will see you all next time. Bye.